Frustrated by my wife. Yep, it has been a difficult day. It's been a difficult couple of days, actually. My wife does not seem very happy with me. I have invested quite a number of hours into a workshop, 2 days of workshops, and during the workshop, don't know if you've been in a workshop before, but anything's possible in there. Suddenly the gates of expansion, of possibility open, and the new path is seen. Off I go. And then the day after, then the question comes, will I do the work? Will I do the work? Will I go live right now? But my wife has not been impressed by this. She's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Trying to help people? Trying to lead them to some better place? What are you doctors? Looks like you got it pretty good. You make good money. Patients come and see you. The government pays your bills. How bad can it be? I'm like, you know what? It's been really good for a long time, but perhaps you don't get it. This is to my wife. Perhaps you don't get it, what is going on right now. For 10 years, we have been extracting more and more from less and less. And now with the rising cost of living, inflation, it's difficult. People are pulling back. 30% of Splendid tickets sold at this point. It's in a couple of weeks' time. 30% of tickets are sold, apparently. That's what my friend said. Don't know whether it's true. Maybe it's 100%. I don't think it's sold out. But things are getting quiet. Banks, they're probably making a lot of money. Maybe not. Maybe they're still just got their split. But certainly a lot of cash has been taken out of the Australian economy. And that's showing up in medicine. And the pressure's coming on. And so we've got a choice. Perhaps we can go to 5-minute medicine, shave a little bit more off the 6, and instead of 10 patients an hour, we can see 12. Now, I don't know how your 5-minute medicine goes, but mine generally is not that great. I struggle at 5 minutes. I really question how on earth the consultation can be anything more than the most superficial of experiences. But my wife doesn't seem to appreciate this. She's like, whatever, Tom, I just see you hours and hours going in, and for what? For what? I'm like, well, you know what? It seems like we've got some problems. And if you don't want to be part of it, then that's perhaps a choice that you need to make. If you don't want to support me, then it's really hard to actually do anything in life to solve problems, go after big ideas, go after ideals without any support. And some things take a little bit of time. We overlook a macadamia farm. Macadamia farms are interesting. For 7 years, there is no return on investment. 7 years. You've got to plant the tree and then survive for 7 years with no income. And then after that, they produce and they produce and they produce. So some things take time. And if you try and extract a macadamia nut before that 7 years, it's not going to work. You can complain and whinge and moan about why there is no macadamia nuts. But the 7 years of gestation is required for a macadamia nut. And so when the farmer went in and planted those, presumably they were like, you know what? We have to survive for 7 years. And unfortunately, in general practice, we've been scraping by for a long time, hoping that we'll just be able to make it to the next year. Hoping that we'll be able to just go a little bit further, extract a little bit more. But even with the changes coming in November, and gee, November's feeling a pretty long way away. Don't know how long it is for you. But triple bulk bill for healthcare card holders, I'm like, I don't know whether that's going to make much difference. We may be stepping into a new era of medicine where we have to have some skills beyond just our medical skills. that perhaps some patients will pay a premium for increased service, for increased understanding, for increased follow-up, for better lead into the consultation. Right now, does your practice do anything leading into the consultation? I know that there's some really cool software called Better Consult. One of my friends usually said, Tom, it's amazing. It's amazing. They fill it in and then I consult. I can already see what the problems are. But if you're not using Better Consult and you don't have best practice and you're stuck without it, then there's a challenge. What are they going to do? Because we're just leaving it open to chance right now. But I guarantee that you will have a better experience if you knew that the patient had put some thought into their consultation. Have you had this consult where the patient walks in and goes, gee, I had a couple of things, but I've forgotten them. Oh, here's the first thing that we want to talk about, but I had two more, but I've forgotten them. Or they are thinking through their problems that they want to discuss in the consult. That stuff could have been done beforehand. And the level of consultation and the quality of consultation will be higher if this work is done. But it takes organization. It takes execution. How is this going to be done? Is it going to be an SMS? Is it going to be an email? How do we prepare the patient that that is coming and they are required to do some work beforehand? But this will bring timeframes down for us and the quality of care coming up. And these sorts of things are the ones that will separate out practices. And some practices will thrive under these new conditions and some will fall away. Crisis conditions do interesting things. The pressure comes on and some businesses, a la practices, will be crushed. Gone. We've already seen this. I forget the name of it. The one that did bulk billing, gone. No, it was quite a famous one. I forget what it's called. Trifecta or something. Trident. Something. Gone. Relied on bulk billing and had no business model beyond bulk billing. Went broke. Or some businesses will adapt and change and they'll do okay. But some, like a coal getting compressed, you know, if the pressure gets bad enough, you know what you get? You get a diamond. And there still will be an opportunity for people that want to value their health, that they will see an opportunity with a well-run practice that not only does pre-consult work and the consult is of a high quality, systematic, everything gets dealt with, but also what happens afterwards. Follow-up care. What happened? Here's the handout. Here's the link. Here's what we said we would do. Are you set for the dates? Did it go in your calendar for you to remember to do the blood tests in 3 weeks' time? Is that clear? These sort of game-changing opportunities will be there for some businesses. Some practices are going to say, you know what, maybe there's a bigger opportunity here than just what the government tells us we have to have. Because the government's getting a little stingy. Don't know whether you've noticed it. They're clawing back money. They're like, well, you didn't follow the rules. And I know some of the rules are so ridiculous. It's like, well, the rules make no sense. You win either way. I can't win. There is unclear. It could be this. It could be that. I chose that. You say it's this. And now you want your money back. So a less reliance on the government so that no matter what they do, you can thrive. This is where we're going as the medical profession. The government can't afford it. The demographics simply mean that there will be too much demand for too little healthcare and the government's going to struggle to pay. The need will be far in excess of what we can provide, and this is going to mean that prices go up. But this also holds an opportunity. Prices may go up, but the value could exceed that price greatly. And we have to ask ourselves, well, what is the value that we are providing as doctors? And is what we provide right now of high quality? Is it of high value? Are people getting results with their health? Yes or no? Because what I see in a lot of plans, the EPCs, nothing changes. Yes, they get their 5 sessions, but this is going to require us as doctors to be able to help people to make the changes that we know they have to make. It's clear what that changes have to be, whether it's drinking less, smoking less, eating better, exercising more, increased flexibility, increased investment into massage or yoga classes. Perhaps it's mental health training. Perhaps it's being able to hold boundaries better and stop doing so much work. Perhaps it's relationship counseling, but they need to know that when they show up to us as medical practitioners, we can get results for them. Rather than the traditional model, which has been going on for a long time, which is, well, you just show up and hopefully everyone gets paid by the government. We get paid. You're happy. Sorry if your health wasn't improved. So this is going to require us to get better at helping our patients get results. We cannot save them from themselves, but we have to be capable to say, hey, look, this is where you are right now. And if you continue your current behavior, this is the health outcomes that you're likely to get. And these are the changes that if you make those, then here's a new possibility for your health. And are you willing to make those changes? Here's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Yes or no? Oh, yes, I'm going to make those changes. Great. When by? Okay, great. Let's see you in 4 weeks' time. Let's see you in 1 week's time. How are you going to make these changes? Are you in to make these? Is it worth it? You see, if they can't visualize the possibility of their health being improved, then they will not commit to doing the work required to make the change, to transform who they are being, and that they value their health. We have a crisis of health. It's here already. Rates of obesity, very high, very high. Overweight has become the new normal, whereby overweight people, like myself, I'm still measured in today 99 kilos, 99 centimeters around my waist. I'm like, yes, it's improved, down from 107, but then I got to 98, 97, 98, 98, 99. I'm like, oh man, what I am doing right now is leading to weight gain. And I must return to the disciplines and the investments that I made to lose the weight. The weight clearly came off. But at 46, my own health must represent a role model to my patients. If I'm overweight, if I eat poorly, if I drink too much, if I smoke, if I think that my own health is not worth very much, then I have a problem as a doctor, because now I'm telling my patients to do things that I am unwilling to do myself. And that would make me a hypocrite. It's a very weak place to come from, and it cannot inspire a patient to go, oh, wow, I could do this too. Because they can do it too. People have lost weight and maintained weight loss. People have increased their flexibility. People have learnt how to gain new skills around their body, whether it's learning to surf, to skate, to play tennis, to play golf, to learn jiu-jitsu, to play soccer, to play pickleball, for crying out loud. These are all options. Croquet. I got to play tennis today, and behind me was a croquet game that was going on. They were having a great time. I'm like, okay. But as doctors, we have a responsibility to represent role modeling health. And the frustration that I experienced that my wife isn't really on board. She's like, what is this, Tom? What is this? And I'm like, you know what, Em? Maybe there's some problems in the world. Maybe we've got a couple of issues that need to be confronted and addressed, and people come to us as doctors for this. But if we don't know what we are doing in terms of how to help people, how to get them to change, then we have a significant problem. All right, that's all I got for you. I got to work out a way to sort out my relationship with my wife. And that's going to mean collision with her. It's going to mean colliding and say, hey, what do you want? What do you want? Because this is where I'm going. If this is not where you want to go, then okay. Okay. So we'll see how this plays out. I hope you're having a great day. I'm going to go and hopefully my son will show up soon. He's been surfing for a while. I'll catch you soon on the next live.